Hi everyone, my name is Philip and this is my first dream tutorial. I've been trying to create a top-down vertical shoot them up in dreams. This is my first step. As you can see, I can move this little gray box around, shoot lasers, and the box won't go beyond the borders. So, some of you have been asking me, how do you do that? Let's see. I'll go into edit mode. So first thing you'll notice is that my dreams is in French. French, of course, is my first language, as you can hear. Well, I think you'll be able to follow around if you can recognize the icons here. So the first thing I like to do when I enter edit mode is activate the grid, and let's make invisible object visible. There you go. So you can see that actually I have set up invisible walls to prevent my ship from going beyond the borders. Also, I have put here a top-down camera to view the scene from above. Last but not least, in the global parameter gadget here, it might be a good idea to toggle the mouse off. So if I activate the scene here, you can see the ship moving all around, but it cannot go beyond the borders. And well, you'll notice it sometimes shaking a little bit, but let's not worry about that right now. Okay, so I reset the scene, and let's see how the objects are made. Let's look at the properties of my ship cube here. If I go into the physical properties, you can see that it's movable, visible, and can collide with other objects. Also, I have toggled ignore gravity to on so that the object won't fall down. It can collide with pretty much anything right now, and I have labeled it as a friend. So now let's see the walls. The walls is a grouped object. If I look at its properties, of course it's not visible and not movable. It has no particular label and can collide with pretty much everything as well, including friends. If I go into the group and look at the properties for any of the walls, they're all the same, you can see that, of course, it's not movable. It's actually visible, but this is overwritten by the group visible parameter. It can collide with anything. I didn't need to toggle ignore gravity because since the object cannot move, it won't fall down. It can collide with pretty much everything, and I have labeled it as a landscape for now. So let me exit the object here, and let's look at our ship logic. You have this controller here, and I have creating a wire from the left joystick that goes into a splitter here, and the splitter goes into the X speed and the Z speed, so that the ship can move on the X axis, yeah, so right and left, and the Z axis, so further and closer. If I open the object here, you can see that I have tweaked the parameters here, especially for X and Z. You can play with them and see how that affects your ship moving. Now, there's something that you will notice is that as soon as the ship bumps into the walls, the physics start to turn on, and the objects will bounce all around and do all sort of things you don't want to. So how did I go around that? First thing you'll notice here is that I placed a follower. Let's open it. So the follower will follow this tag here, which I called horizontal plane. The tag is actually here. So it's important to place it at the right height, which is the height of my ship. And you can see here that the follower, if I go into that part, will follow the y-axis. So this means that even if my ship goes up and down because it has bounced onto the wall, it will, as soon as possible, try to get back to that horizontal plane, to that specific spot on the y-axis. Another thing that I noticed is that after bouncing, my ship was also rolling. So I put this gyroscope here. You can see that it will try to keep my ship straight. And I put quite a high speed here, angular speed, and quite a lot of strength to ensure that my cube will stay and remain as straight as possible. So thanks to this constraint, the follower and the gyroscope, I can ensure that whatever happens, my ship remains within the borders. And last but not least, here you have an emitter. So the emitter is activated when you press the cross button, and this is what will fire the laser. So you can see here that I have connected the object here. So how does it work? You have to create an object. As I created here, it's a simple geometrical figure, and I attach a sound to it, and I made it really bright. Then I connected the emitter from here to the laser. Oh, you can see the red line here, it goes there. And this will make the laser appear here, and you can actually drag it and put it exactly where you want. And the arrow here indicates the direction into which it will go. You can set up other parameters, such as is it only a single shot or automatic shots, and set all sort of duration and when the object is destroyed. You can play around with it and see how you prefer it. So that's about it. I hope it answers some of your questions. If you have more, please feel free to leave some in the commentaries below. And let's run it a last time to see if it still works. Alright, that's the first step. Have fun. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.